hairdo looks like I'm gonna take people to Flavortown. So we're on day whatever number it is we're on. I don't even know. Do you think I would know? Because it's kind of important. I think it's actually day 6. Wait, what is it? No, day 4. I don't know. It's at least 5 days off the 7-0. And yeah, it's done. I don't even feel anything. It's no cravings. No. I mean, I guess a bit of the sluggishness is there. Like, you know, it doesn't. I've gotten used to waking up in with the spring in my step because I knew I was going down to the store and re-upping, and it creates this kind of when you're really in addiction, in the throes of it, when you are meeting your connection, used to happen all the time. Before I'd even get high, I'd be high. You know, like you're meeting somebody for drugs, and then, you know, what I used to do, different parking lots around the state or whatever. It'd be, oh yeah, I'm here. He's gonna be here in like 5 minutes, or you're on your way there, and it's like you already feel high. And that's a deep psychological aspect of this stuff. So I was waking up in the morning, like, what time is it? The store opens at 10. Oh, and that was like, got to be every day for me with this shit. So I wake up with like kind of a giddiness, excitement. Oh yeah, I'm going down, gonna go get high. But it's gonna be my last day. It's gonna be my last day. You know, I had someone in the comments saying like, you're a fucking dummy. Why don't you just order this shit online for way less and buy in bulk? And I'm like, yeah, but you don't understand the way the addict mind works, or mine in particular. I can't speak for everybody, but with me, especially with this, I was deluding myself that this day that I'm doing 7-0, you know, when I was doing it, is going to be the last day. I'm not doing it tomorrow. So buying a bunch of it offline would make it so that I couldn't lie to myself. And I need to lie to myself, you know, when it comes to stuff like that. Is this store closed? Is the fucking Secret store closed? The fuck? What time is it? Where are we? What day is it? Hang on a second. Okay, it opens at 8 o'clock. It's like 7:57. It's Sunday, so things in time are a little, you know, start a little later. But yeah, I need to be able to lie to myself about it. So that's why I didn't order a bunch online, because it would be way cheaper, you know. Buying them in bulk, buying them online. I mean, I'm paying, or was paying, Waikiki prices, which Hawaii prices are high as it is, because everything has to come over by boat and big shipping fucking trawlers. But the Waikiki is the most expensive part of Hawaii. It's like the Manhattan of Hawaii, right? Everything's like $5 more, you know, whatever you're getting. You know, so it's I was paying Waikiki prices daily. And sometimes they would run out of the regular packs I would buy, and the less the store got, the more you had to pay. I explained this one day. They had a pricing tier system that when they started to run out, the price would go up because of the way that the tiers were set up in the store, not from the company. So like, I overpaid for this shit. Well, which is good. I'm glad I did, because if I was getting a deal on this stuff, I'd probably be way more fucked. You know, I would probably be, it would have taken me a year to get away from it. You know, so that's kind of good. It's a blessing in disguise. A lot of things in life you'll find, especially once you start a relationship with the Lord, a lot of stuff that you first looked at as being shitty is really a good thing. You know, well, almost every fucking thing down the line in my life, like from not having trouble in school and not finishing school, or having to go to finishing school, which was an interesting adventure. There was no, I'm finished with finishing school. The things like not graduating, things like that, that would haunt me, you know, that bother me. If those things didn't happen, I wouldn't be right here, and I had to be right here so I could fucking make this video with you today. That's what it's all been coming to. It's been coming to this episode. Alright, well, I can't think of anything, so hang on. I'm about to do something super autistic. When I was in the store buying cigarettes, I ran into my friend Cheeto, who's one of the only physical friends that I have here on the island, like that I, talk to in person, kind of, whatever. That's not online, And she's from Zimbabwe, so she's black. You see, I'm not a real racist. I just play one to be funny. I mean it, guys. Now, so I was hugging her, and as I was pulling away from her, my crucifix that I carry on my neck got caught in her braids. She has like these hair braids, and it was almost a disaster. So said bye to her, and I walked out of the store and went to light a cigarette and realized I forgot to buy a lighter. So after we had this big thing and hugging and greeting and talking, and it was like a few minutes, but now it's like I feel weird going right back because we already had our whole moment thing there. I gave her my new phone number, blah blah blah. So like, I don't know, I just don't want to walk right back and go, oh, I forgot this. So, because I have autism on some level. So instead, I'm going to take a walk around the block and then go back to the store. I'm not doing this just because it's her. I do this kind of thing in these type of situations all the time. It's fucking madness. It ain't easy being cheesy. A little bit of deja vu here as we're coming through this area again. Yeah, the outside of the excitement of waking up to go get high, I don't, there's really no other like downside, if you want to call it a downside, because that's sort of a sick joy. That's something that, it's not good to be happy about that, to be excited about that is not good, obviously. Yeah, it's really the only thing. Like, it kind of just feels like the other day I was saying too, like early on in the process, it kind of just felt like it never happened. Like it was just like a dream I had or something, or it's weird. It's weird because it came out of nowhere, and now it's gone back to nowhere. Okay, take two at the store. Be right back. So I went back in the store, and Cheeto was still in there. She's having some kind of discrepancy at the well, she's black, so and having some kind of, she worked through it. But in the time I saw her again, I'm pretty sure I sexually assaulted her. Shook her hand. And did some what? Can I say that? It was a mistake. It was a mistake. And also, what's that other thing that creepy people do? I don't know. There's a story behind it. But, I went in and saw again. We were talking, gave her a big hug, and as she was turning, I accidentally grabbed her boob. I didn't mean to. It was like one of those things that you're turning, you're going this way. It's very small in there. What was the menacing? I don't know. It was something else. I was thinking as I walked away from him, like that was like two infractions against a woman in one small meeting. It was funny, but yeah. So when she was in there, she was buying from the store some kind of they sell like spices, right? And they break them up from these bottles into little containers. And she's getting a container, but they couldn't open the bottle, so like it just wouldn't twist open. So this guy was around, a customer, and I was going to try it at first. I'm like, I'll try it. But the guy got it. He couldn't do it. So then they gave it to me. And I'm like trying to do some metaphysical stuff to it. It didn't work. So the lady behind the counter took a rubber band and wrapped it around the top of the container and opened it. Because what it is that our hands were slipping, I guess, on the twist off thing. It didn't feel like it, but you don't have the grip. So if you put an elastic band on it, which made you have the grip. So yeah. So because I'm fucking autistic, I'm like, wow, you're more of a man than both of us. And I'm like, well, I don't mean in like I mean it in a strength way, not in a look way. You're very lovely. I was just digging deeper and deeper. It was pretty awesome. Yeah, funny shit like that, that's like all day with me. These kind of funny interactions with people. Or funny to me. I bet the recipient of some of these interactions must be like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? It's kind of been that way my whole life though. You know, but usually, I mean, not really. I make it sound like I'm like going around acting like a lunatic. I'm not. Most of the time it's like, you know, I try to reel in my sort of instincts to say and do goofy things, but once in a while, you know, I just I let it go. You just don't want people to see it coming and go, oh, here's that crazy handsome guy again. You know what I mean? No one wants that. But I might have to edit over the essay, because I don't think you can say that on YouTube. Or maybe it's just people who are worried about like monetization. That's never going to be anything I have to worry about. So I don't know. It was a mistaken essay, but there was something else I did too that's in that sort of playbook. Accidentally, I did it. I don't know. It sounded funnier in my mind before I turned the camera on. I'm like, oh yeah, that's funny. I was just in there and saw my friend again and did this and that to her. Didn't mean to, but did it by mistake, you know? That'll be funny. Then I turned the camera on and fucking the execution. See, I didn't cross the street right there because that's a cop. See how that girl just went across the street? I'm never gonna do that. Cause like sometimes, I mean not all the time, but sometimes they'll give you a ticket for that. You know, it depends. It depends on who you get. That's how it is with all cops, I guess. It's like how whoever they are, right? Like usually what happens with me is I can tell the vibe almost right away, like what kind of person I'm dealing with. And if it's and it's easier sometimes to just be like cool with them. Like, you know, if they ask you something, don't get defensive. Say, oh, how you doing, officer? Show some respect. Whether you think they deserve it or not, you know, just why not make it easier for you? But here's what to do: watch videos of like those interactions that black people have with cops, and just do completely opposite of that, and you'll be fucking fine. There's a new guy. That's a new arrival. You can tell by the black bag. They issued them those black bags. States put them on airplanes. They send them here. This isn't part of the immigration thing. This is just it's like a homeless thing. They'll take their local homeless people, and they give them one-way tickets to here, and they always show up with those black bags, like that black bag. That's what they always have. It's standard issue. And they show up, and the bus drops them off down there at the end of that street. They usually walk up my street and end up in this park where most of them usually set up camp. because they don't know where to go. They haven't figured out where they're gonna be. So they just go sit there for a while. Some of them stay there for a long time. There's one guy a couple months ago that showed up here. He's really big. He's, you know, big guy, fat, overweight, and he just set up a bed there with sheets, and then just laid in the sheets for like months. I saw him a couple times going onto a ambulance, like an ambulance. They had him with being lifted onto one. This happens with these people all the time. Like, it's a chronic, call the ambulance, they go to the ER. Now, government officials, who are the biggest crooks in the world in this place, it's worse in Massachusetts. They're like mystified. Like, well, I don't know. States send their homeless here? I don't know that. They're receiving money for this. In my opinion, there are certain individuals in government that get paid to take these homeless people in from other parts of the country. Because if I know how it works, and I can tell you how it works, and I've been able to tell you for years, then, like, how do they not know? Of course they know. Somebody's getting paid for this, you know? It's alright. You're dead end over here, buddy. I'll tell you what I mean. I'll tell you what I mean when I'm across the other way. Yeah, it's, so that guy that was sitting there, who had the bag, who, spinning that giant stick in his hand, which always makes me nervous. Because, like, sometimes they get a hold of a weapon. Some of these crazier guys, and they walk around menacingly. Oh yeah, what I was talking about back there, I'm like, this is dead end. That dude and that woman there. When I came to the corner to come across here, I tried to get away from them, to give him space, but he kept following me, and he's following me up here. I'm like, dude, this is a dead end. You don't have to keep following me. Go back the fuck. I hate them, but I'm made by God to help them. I don't hate them. You don't hate anybody. I've already been through this. That's subtle science. It's impossible to hate people you don't know. You know, you can't. You have to know someone. It's a relationship. Hate is something that accrues over time. You know, it's not something that you can't hate people you don't know. It's not possible. They just use that as a weapon, mainly to use against people like me when I complain about having a foot on my neck by a protected class or special interest group. Usually the one main protected class, which controls all the other protected classes and uses them as weapons. There's a hierarchy there. So yeah, that's kind of it for today. I was just kind of wanted to make note of where I was in my 7-0 quitting journey. You got all that other extra bullshit for free. Whether you want it or not. Hopefully, a couple more days of this, and like it won't even be worth talking about. But I kind of wanted to do it just for a couple more extra days to kind of, you know, let people know how it was going. Perhaps maybe they can it'll help them on their journey. You got to get out and do something too. That's what I would say. You know, it's a weird thing because when you're withdrawing from something, the impulse is just get in bed and lay down. But a lot of people can't do that. You know, you got to work. You got to go places. You got to do things. So it becomes this dance of resting and then moving. Hey, how you doing? Hey, let me help you. How you doing? All right.
You got those in Chinatown?
No, I got them in New Hampshire.
That's a Panther one, right? The one at Chinatown.
Yeah, that's Catwoman. Chinatown's got a lot of good places down there, though. I knew a guy that owned a shop. I think he still does. This stuff I have, probably like thousands.
Yeah, one I have, but I'm trying to remove my dog.
You're getting it removed? That's really painful, I hear. See you later. Yeah, the tattoos I have would have cost thousands, but the I got them a lot cheaper because all the ones I have, my whole body, all the ones I cover on my body, were done by the same guy, which is cool because there's like sort of a continuity of design. But he was a good friend of mine, so like he would always try to not charge me for a session, which is ridiculous. He'd be like, nah, get out of here. So I would say, well, I have to give you a tip. And then I'd just give him like a big tip, like a bigger than a normal tip, you know? Because otherwise it's like, I just feel like shit. I don't like, you know how like if you know someone at a store or a service and stuff, and it's nice when people want to give you things or like be like, nah, it's on the house or whatever. That, I can't do that. I can't do that to the point where if they start doing that to me, I stop going there. I will stop going there. Where a lot of people go out of their way to go somewhere, this guy gives me a deal on this, I'm going to this one. Not me. That has the opposite effect on me. I'll stop going to your place. Because I just feel like fucking, I don't know. It doesn't feel right. Alright, so yeah, that's it. Are we done? I think we're done. If anything interesting happens, or you know, I happen to make a contact with the demon, God forbid, it's been so long. It'd be nice. That used to be I used to think that was my singular purpose. And I haven't got a lot of action in that area. But if anything happens, not just like demon stuff, but if anything interesting goes on, I'll definitely start filming. Until then, maybe I'll see you tomorrow. And may God bless everyone. Christ is King. Take care. And don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.